Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So we've got this new mold. I got it on Temu. They do have it on Amazon, but it was cheaper on Temu, so I ordered it from Temu, and I finally just got it. So I don't know if you remember, back a little while ago, I had made one of these journal cover holder things, whatever they're called. And I had done like a center of like a dragon thing. That book sold immediately, that little journal. So I bought this and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, that's way bigger. But it's supposed to still hold the same, I think it's A5 paper. So I pulled my mold out and it is the same size. It's just the holder is bigger. So we are going to make this today, and it has the back. So this is the front cover, and then this is your back cover, and I thought that would be really cool. So I knew I had bought these big eyes like way back, because I don't know centimeters, guys. You know me with my math. So I'm like, oh, these will fit. Well, they don't quite fit, but we're going to make them fit. We're going to make it work. So this is the hole and this is the eye. So it goes above and below. But we're going to cover this with some Chameleon powder. So basically, I just need this eye to be cleaned out. And then we're going to set this in, and I'm going to use the UV resin to set it. So I'm hoping that the only part that's going to show is this little circle. That is what I'm hoping, because the rest is going to be all Chameleon powders. And then we're going to pour it in black. So hopefully that's the only area that is, going to show. So what I'm going to do is we're going to paint the whole thing before I clean it and put the eye in it. And then what I'm going to do is I will mix up, I'm going to mix up, I think, 8 ounces of resin. I don't know how much this takes. It does seem a little bit deeper than the other one. So we'll start, and if I have to mix more, I have to mix more. So I'm going to pick out, let me see, what do we have for colors here? I like the teal. I like the blue. Let's see, that is grape. So we could do grape and blue. I'm not much on the golds. I really am not. This is a mint, so it's like a green gold. Let me see what I have for an intense. Oh, okay. I have a fairy green, dark magenta, and the deep blue. So, the only thing, I've already got stuff all over this. All right, so I'm going to set my tape aside because I know I'm going to need it. Let's do, all right, let's do the back in Galaxy, which is, wow. Oh my goodness gracious. It's kind of like a purple blue shift. All right, and I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna try to keep this side a little bit clean. A little bit clean. All right, so let's do the back. We're gonna do the whole back in the Galaxy. So we're just gonna get this covered. Now, I could make some up with the Powertex, which was my initial first thought. But if I can achieve a similar look without like having to do too much brain work, yeah, I'm all about that. So and these journal covers, they do sell fairly well at events, and I only got one more coming up. So I'm gonna start posting on my website things that come out good. I'm not gonna sell something that doesn't come out good. So I'm gonna end up having to invest in some more like Chameleon powders and stuff like that. So I figured this mold, the way that it's designed, even if we wanted to do different sections, it's gonna still be fairly easy to cover, you know, and clean. So hopefully that is true, because we're gonna start on the other side here. Now I don't have to worry about covering this side because the color is already in. All right, so I think I'm gonna do the intense fairy green around this eye. Now I've already got, because of what's on my hands, I've already got some of that Galaxy over here. And this seems like a really, really shiny mold. So hopefully it is. All right, so let me... Now we're gonna take this fairy green and I'll clean up the eye pot after, because I'm not really concerned about that. Not at the moment, anyways. All right, so we've got the green. So, and the reason I'm doing the intense around the eye is to make sure that around it is going to be dark enough. All right, I'm just gonna wipe some of this. I mean, it doesn't have to be 100%. If there's a little bit of the green showing through, I'm fine with it. It's dragon scales. There's like all different colors. I just did want the eye to be more pronounced. That's the only thing that I really, really was worried about. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do this and these spikes in the grape, and then we'll do the outer side in the, you know, this area in the blue, I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna try and kind of keep my hand over some of it. And once I put it once and I know kind of where things are and what they look like, you know, then I, you know, I'll have a better idea for the next time we pour it. But these colors should all look really good together anyways. Now, I could have just, you know, like sprinkled different colors and went that route as well, which I thought about. But I'm like, yeah, let's kind of see what you know, kind of look we get with this. So I'm just using my switching sponge. And then we will use this teal on the edges, on that other scale area. So I waited for UPS to get here. To drop this stuff off. So my video, it's late, so I'm just gonna let this dry overnight. I'm not using the curing machine or anything like that. And hopefully it'll be ready for you guys for Thursday night, hopefully. If not, I will have to come up with a plan B, but, all right. So we've got, and I just dropped my brush, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take a Q-tip and we're gonna just clean out the eye. And I'm trying to not get any on my fingers because they are sore. Do I have another Q-tip? Of course not. Let's try one of these. All right. That is clean. So, which eye do I want? That is the million-dollar question. So that would be the yellow. And I want a contrasting color. We're going to do the red. So I'm going to take a marker, and where this line goes across, I know that is where that pupil is. So when I put that in there, and now that I picked it up, I've got to get some more of that mica powder out of the eye, because I want that to be completely clean. Okay, so that should be good. Let me grab my, put these covers on here. Get these back out of our way. I'm gonna grab my UV resin and my light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna cure it, and then I'm gonna sit it on this, and we're gonna cure it from the bottom as well. And I'll probably get the top part with my flashlight just to start. Okay, so make sure that my eye is clean. I've got mica powder everywhere, guys. All right. So we're going to put, and this way you can see how I end up doing my UV resin when I do my eyes, because this is going to be the same technique. So even when your eyes are a little bit big, you can still kind of make them work. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit in that cavity. And just going to take a micro brush. So I want that clear resin to completely cover the clear silicone that has no colors on it. Because if there's any without any resin, the color, that black color that we're going to put on is going to go underneath, and it's going to get where the eye is, and then it's going to distort it. All right, so that looks pretty good. I'm just lightly. So now it's pulling away a little bit, but once I set this eye in there, it should displace and fill up that cavity. So I can see it on both sides where it's full. So now I'm going to turn this on like that, and I'm going to cure that. So I'm going to leave this while I get my resin mixed up, and we'll let that cure, and I will be back in just a minute. Let me get my resin mixed up. All right, guys, my resin is just about done being mixed. I'm using the Let's Resin epoxy resin and the Let's Resin hand mixer. And my eye is all done. So fold that back up. Shut that beeper off. It drives me nuts. All right, so let's scrape our little paddles. So basically, oh, as I stick it back in, I'm just scraping the excess off these paddles. And then I'll wipe it with a paper towel, spray it with alcohol, and wipe it down. And if you do these right off the bat, when, you know, you get done, your paddles will last really well. If, you know, you do like me and sometimes you forget, well, then they kind of start looking a little yucky. Because I have a few that are looking yucky. But they still work. Oh. All right. So I'm just going to mix in some of the Let's Resin black epoxy. I had the regular black pre-mixed epoxy, but I didn't think of it, and my resin was sitting right here. So I'm like, you know what? We're just going to go with it. Slide this back. So I made 8 ounces. I'm hoping, put 2 little globs in there. That should be enough. And because it is so thin, and I'm not putting it in the curing machine, I'm gonna press my luck and not run it through the debubbler. I should, but there's not like little nooks and crannies really. You know, like there are little grooves, but they're not deep. So, and this isn't very bubbly, so. And I'm trying to not mix it fast. All right, so let's just see. I'm going to add a little bit more black. I want to make sure that it is really dark because I don't want to take a chance on that eye showing. Now I'm hoping my other thing is that it's not going to stick out past the back of the book. So we won't know that until we pour. And I wouldn't be able to put this in my curing machine anyways because this is a one-piece mold and it's a little bit wider than my machine. So, yeah. And because it's square and not rounded corners, it's not going to fit in there. So, there's that too. All right. I think we are good. All right. I've been waiting for this particular mold for a while. I am going to give it a little spritz. It doesn't seem to affect the micas. So I'm just going to kind of go around the edges. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to mix up some more. Are you kidding me? This took 8 ounces. So this is definitely thicker than the original one. But it covered the eye, guys. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up 8 more. I'll do it off camera, and I'll get the other side poured, and then I will be back, and we will demold this and hope and pray that everything works good. I'm really hoping that that eye works. All right, so I'm going to just mix up. So I've got 4 ounces of this one here, pot A. And then we're going to put 4 ounces of part B, the hardener. I'm so glad, though, that it covered the eye. All right, we're going to go to the 8. And then we'll mix. Like I said, I'll just do this off camera just to save time, because you guys all, you know kind of what it is. I'm going to scrape my paddle. I don't usually leave this in there when I'm pouring my resin, and I don't know why I did, but I did. All right, so I'm going to get this wiped. And these are the new gloves, so I'm hoping and praying that my hands don't get any worse. So we'll see. So I will be right back when we're ready to demold. Okay, guys, let's see how this turned out. So this one didn't quite take 8 ounces, but I would definitely mix, 8 for it. So what I did is I just painted this butterfly, and of course we got a bubble. Of course we did, of course. Why wouldn't we? Oh, but look at that. That is definitely the way to make these butterflies, because it's so shiny. And I did this in the deep magenta, in the intense colors, the dark magenta. So that's what I used for that. All right, so, all right, let's start with the back. And this still might be a little soft. It's been 12 hours, but, takes 24 to fully. All right, let's just get these both out, and then we'll flip them. Yeah, so the top cover is definitely deeper than the back, which is fine. Well, the eye didn't stick to the thing. Doesn't look like we had maybe a little bubble there, but let's see. Let's flip the back. Oh, that is pretty. And I will have, you know, a little bit of trimming to do, but not much at all. So that's the back. All right, the moment of truth, guys. Did this work? Oh, it did. Look at that. Perfect eye. Yes. Okay, so that goes this way. Perfect. We've got no bubbles. It's perfect. But that's why I make sure that that whole eye cavity has resin, just to really, really make sure that, and I'm just going to put the light over the top just to make sure. So these are the clips that I use, and I just get these on Amazon. Yeah, if I can open them. Hang on. Okay, gotta push and pull. Oh, and my fingers are still sore, guys, so yeah. So I'm just gonna, you know, kind of open them up. Oh. And then we will get one side in. And then we'll open the other ones. Feed them up through. Just like that. And this is the last of my A5 paper. So have to get more. Put that like that. I just wanted to give that just a little bit more, just in case. And all right, let's get one. And then you just close those. Make sure that, you know, they're clicked. And I'm just gonna, yeah, I had a feeling I didn't get these all clipped. Clipped now, and that one's clipped. And we have our little journal. So at this point, I mean, you could, you know, like on your Cricut or whatever, you could put, you know, so-and-so's journal, a little quote, you know, whatever you want. But this makes a perfect gift for, you know, for anybody that likes to journal, or you could even put plain paper and, you know, make it like a little sketchbook or whatever. But I think this turned out amazing, guys. I'm so happy that I got this. There are 2 styles. I only bought one because I didn't know, you know, how the other one would be. This one here just seems wonky. I don't know why. They are all latched. So, all right. So I'm just going to leave this to, you know, to like fully cure. I'll leave it flat like this, let it cure, and then it will be ready to go. So let me just see. I'm just taking my deburring tool. So we are finally getting some rain here, guys, which will help our drought. All right, I'm going to have to wait for this to be fully hard because I don't want to mess it up. It came out perfect. I finally had a project that came out perfect. So yeah, so the eye looks more gold than green, but it does shimmer to a green. So yeah. Let me know, like, some other color schemes or whatever you'd like to see done with this, because I will be making more of these. I think these are going to end up making really neat, you know, Christmas gifts. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. So this does it for today. Oh, and these hooks, they come in a package like this. There were 20 pieces, so it's enough to do 10 books. And I mean, I've already done some, and these are just silver. They do have gold, but this one here, I had just ordered all silver. But you can get them where they're silver and gold, or just silver. So, yeah, it just depends on what you want. And what I'll probably do is I'll put a magnet on this, or I'll drill it and make it a keychain, and I will send it, you know, it'll be like a set with the book. I mean, this even looks pretty. You could even glue that right to that. That's actually pretty as well. So that blends in too much there, but up here it kind of looks cute. But so yeah, I'll do something with this, and it will come with the book. So, and then again, this is our back. I did miss one little spot there. It's a little, you can see where I brushed it. I missed one little spot, but I mean, it's the back, and you really got to look to see it. So I'm impressed. I really, really like this. Alrighty, guys, that does it for today. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.